A fire district that serves parts of Jefferson and Park counties is standing alone despite talks of a merger. We're glad you're with us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. Elk Creek fire was left out following a legal challenge. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch joins us to explain what happened and how this is going to impact the area they serve. Janelle.
Elk Creek Fire says the merger would have increased services and efficiency, but community members filed a lawsuit arguing the process outweighed the potential benefits. There's strength in numbers. That's why Elk Creek Fire, Intercanyon Fire, and North Fork Fire wanted to consolidate.
We remain steady and strong, but do we feel that we are all better together? Absolutely.
Bethany Urban works for Elk Creek. She says the fire districts have talked about possibly merging for years.
Look at the call volume, look at how our district is growing and developing, and look at our increasing wildfire risk.
Intercanyon and North Fork unified into Conifer Fire. The three couldn't become one because of two.
There was litigation that had been filed by two individuals from the community that fought that consolidation.
Those opposed are Elk Creek Fire Board member Chuck Newby and Conifer resident Neil Whitehead.
We're two citizens trying to correct an overreach.
51% of voters already said no when the merger was on the ballot in 2023. Elk Creek Fire says they continued in their efforts after addressing voter concerns and confusion.
We could have brought more staffing in, so we would have had more staff stations, more firefighters protecting this community 24/7.
Whitehead says they filed an appeal in December 2024, then took it to Jefferson County District Court fall 2025.
Let the people decide what their fate and destiny will be.
Newby and Whitehead say they were ready to meet Elk Creek stakeholders in court, but the department pulled out of litigation.
We have to make the decision of what is the most fiscally responsible to our taxpayers, and for us that was to not remain involved in what was clearly going to become a very lengthy legal battle.
She says even though Elk Creek Fire stands as one, there's still strength in that.
We'll continue to make decisions as appropriate moving forward, but always focusing on what is best for this community, as we have always done.
Newby and Whitehead say they believe Elk Creek dropped out because the department was worried they would lose the lawsuit. Elk Creek Fire says that wasn't the case and they just simply did not want to spend more taxpayer dollars. Urban says they spent more than $70,000 on litigation from December of last year to October of this year. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Let's take a live look outside on this Tuesday. Still a little bit of light out there. It was a pleasant and sunny day in Denver. We saw highs about 10 degrees above average today, and we're going to get even warmer tomorrow. We're going to be above average again. Our Weather Impact team is tracking our New Year's Eve forecast. Gosh, Corey, it's crazy.
You know, I could sit around here and mope about winter not being here, but instead I'm going to go golfing again tomorrow. Fifth time this year in shorts. You just take what Mother Nature gives you, I guess. We'll ring in the new year relatively warm here, saying goodbye to 2025. Still looking for winter. This warm, dry pattern is going to continue at least another 7 days, maybe another 8 days. Our next mountain snow is coming. That's Thursday into Friday. So we'll add a little bit to this really meager snowpack that we have up there. One of the worst in history, in fact. And we're not going to add too much with that storm, but at least we'll hit the pause button on that decline. This is your day in Denver tomorrow. Quite a bit of sunshine again. Maybe not as much as we saw today, but pretty good. Some clouds up to 60 degrees for your day tomorrow. These are the temperatures across the rest of the Front Range into the 60s. Look at that, 50 degrees in Summit County tomorrow. I'll have more details on that warm, dry forecast as well as that little bit of mountain snow coming up.
Corey, thank you. Today marks 4 years since the most destructive, horrific wildfire in Colorado history. The Marshall Fire burned more than 1,000 homes and forced 37,000 people to evacuate Boulder County. 2 people were killed when it was all said and done. Investigators say there was more than one cause for the fire, a burn on residential property that reignited and sparked from Xcel power lines. Xcel has denied any wrongdoing, but has agreed to a $640 million settlement for lawsuits related to the fire. No matter the payout, the settlement has been a long time coming for fire victims who continue to recover. They're focused on not taking anything for granted.
If we go traveling and find something that we like on our travels that's, not something you can just purchase online, it seems extra special because we don't have those things from before the fire.
4 years after the fire, the former mayor of Superior says about 80% of victims are still going through the rebuilding process.
A wrongful death lawsuit is accusing memory care staff of neglecting one of their residents, leading to her death. The lawsuit names the North Glen Heights Assisted Living and Memory Care community. It says staff members repeatedly left a woman on the ground for hours after she fell. The complaint cites 5 separate falls last year, including one case in which Kathleen Griffin was left on the ground for 7 hours overnight. The family attorney says staff should have checked on her every 2 hours. Griffin died in July due to complications from being on the ground for too long, according to the complaint. The suit also cites video evidence after Griffin's daughter installed a camera inside the room, documenting the alleged neglect.
She deserved dignity and compassion, human care. Instead, what we see is just absolutely repulsive. It's hard to watch. It really is hard to watch.
The facility would not comment about the lawsuit. The family attorney has also requested the Adams County District Attorney to investigate. A spokesperson for the DA says it's reviewing that request.
The arraignment for a former DNA analyst at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation has been pushed back yet again. Missy Woods is accused of manipulating data in hundreds of cases during her nearly 30-year career with CBI. She's charged with more than 100 counts, including perjury and forgery. Today in court, prosecutors indicated her trial could take about 8 weeks. She's expected to appear in court for an arraignment hearing in February.
Colorado lawmakers are planning to reintroduce a worker safety bill aimed at protecting employees from extreme heat and cold next year. Democratic representatives say they'll reintroduce the measure in 2026 after business opposition stalled it earlier this year. The original bill required water breaks or shaded or climate-controlled rest areas as heat-related ER visits in Colorado hit a 13-year high last year. Business groups, especially on the western slope, argued the rules were too rigid and costly. Lawmakers say that the new version will give employers more flexibility, delay enforcement, and let industries create their own safety plans.